Have you ever wondered what is required to qualify for a VA loan if you're in the National Guard or Reserves? Well, this is the video you're not going to want to miss. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that doesn't get talked about enough: how members of the National Guard and Reserves can qualify for a VA home loan. Your path to home ownership looks a little different than someone that's on active duty or military veteran who serve full time, but your benefits are just as real and in many cases incredibly valuable. So by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what the VA requires for National Guard and Reserve service, what documents you'll need, the difference between Title 10 and Title 32 service, and how to navigate the process without delays or all the headaches. But before we get into the details, I'm Alex Ramirez, a VA home loan specialist and a veteran advocate, and I help military veterans and active service members, reservists, and National Guard members navigate their VA loan benefits with confidence. And if you want to save time and avoid costly mistakes and make the most of your military benefits when buying a home, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and tap that bell so you don't miss any of my videos in the future. Okay, so let's get right into it. What are the VA loan qualification requirements? VA loan eligibility for National Guard and Reserve members. To qualify for a VA loan, you'll need to meet one of the following service requirements. 1, you've served at least 6 years in the National Guard or Reserves. So if you've served 6 years, then you're probably good to go. But here are some other details just in case you haven't served 6 years. You've transitioned out and you're honorably discharged, or you're on the retired list, or you transferred to the standby or ready reserve after honorable service, or you're still actively serving. And if you served 90 consecutive days on federal active duty Title 10 during wartime, this includes non-combat roles as long as it was a federal wartime service. You served 90 days of Title 32 active duty with at least 30 of those days in a row after August 1st, 1990. Title 32 means you were activated by your state governor, but your service was federally funded. This has become a common route to eligibility for many Guard members in the recent years too. And if you're watching this video and you're currently on active duty, I just want to add this just in case. So if you're on active duty, you'll have to serve at least 181 days of active duty during peacetime or 90 days during wartime. And here are some documents that you'll need. Every VA loan starts with a certificate of eligibility, the COE. So your COE, this proves to your lender and the VA that you've met their service requirements. And for National Guard, you'll typically need the following documents: NGB Form 22. Think of this like the DD-214 for Guard service, or NGB Form 23. This shows your retirement point statement. And for reservists, this is what you'll need: a point statement, proof of honorable service or discharge. And the fastest way to get your certificate of eligibility is through a lender like me. We use the VA's automated system, WebLGY, and often pull it instantly. You can also apply online at va.gov or using by mail VA Form 26-1880, but that can take several weeks. And if you've gotten to this point in my video, I appreciate you watching. And if you're questioning if you qualify or not, and you need help tracking down your forms, reach out to me. I help Guard and Reserve borrowers do this all the time. Check out my description, all my information's there. You could also text me, my information is going to be here, 805-857-3708. It'll be me responding. So service type comparison. Let's compare how the VA looks at service based on your status. So active duty. And if you're on active duty, you'll need 90 continuous days during wartime or 181 days during peacetime. And you must submit a statement of service from your commanding officer if you're currently active and you're trying to get a VA loan. And if you've already been discharged, so you transition out and you're a military veteran, so regular military that was on active duty, you typically need 90 to 181 days of active duty. So your DD-214 with honorable discharge will be able to cover that to get your certificate of eligibility. Veterans, so if you're a Guard or Reserve, you'll need 6 years of service and honorable discharge or meet Title 10 or Title 32 active service requirements. Must provide NGB Form 22 or 23 or a point statement, and then we'll be able to get your certificate of eligibility. Current Guard and Reserve, same rules apply, but if still serving and showing in good standing, a statement of service will be needed to cover this and to get your COE. And remember, not all types of military service count the same for VA loan eligibility. And here's the difference. Title 10 service means you were activated under federal orders controlled by the federal government, usually the president. And this type of service almost always counts towards VA loan eligibility, especially if you served at least 90 consecutive days during wartime or 181 days during during peacetime. And Title 32 service is when you're activated by your state governor, but their service is federally funded. Title 32 service only counts towards VA loan eligibility if you serve the following: at least 90 total days, and at least 30 of those days were in a row, and if it was after August 1st, 1990. So even though both are considered active duty, Title 10 is generally more straightforward when it comes to qualifying. Title 32 can count, but only under the specific 90-30-day rule after 1990. And here's some pro tips to help you qualify faster. Deployment time often helps you qualify faster, especially if you serve post 9/11. Your point statement is your golden ticket, so make sure you watch this. Make sure it's accurate and up to date. I've seen mistakes on this. And if you're still serving, having your unit help you pull your NGB forms ahead of time is going to be a ton of help. And also, don't assume you're not eligible. Even if you weren't activated, your retirement points may be enough. And here's a quick story about a Marine reservist I recently helped get a home with his VA loan. We initially couldn't pull a certificate of eligibility, so we contacted the VA Regional Loan Center. And they reviewed his records and told us he didn't qualify for a VA home loan, meaning we couldn't generate a COE at the time. And this didn't make sense because we knew he served the 6 years. So to dig deeper, we had him log into his Marine Online, so his MOL account, to check his retirement points. That's when we discovered the issue, a very rare issue in his service records. Someone had failed to record his first 6 months of service, including boot camp, School of Infantry, and part of his MOS training. And because of this mistake, his eligibility status was incorrect. Fortunately, we caught the issue early and we were able to get everything corrected quickly. And once his records were updated, everything fell into place and he was able to buy his house with the VA home loan. And mistakes like this can happen even in official military records. That's why it's so important to regularly review your service history, especially when applying for a VA home loan. A small error can make a big difference. And again, I'm here to help. If you need any support pulling your COE or verifying your eligibility, book a time with me. Go to my description, my information's there below. You can schedule through my Calendly or you can reach out to me via text. All right, so if you're in the Guard or Reserves and if you're wondering whether you qualify for a VA loan, the answer is likely yes, if you have the right service time and paperwork. But let's make sure to verify and don't hesitate to reach out to me. And remember, you've earned this benefit. Let's help you use it. Be smart, be prepared, and let's get you home.